Welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us today. We are at Interop New York 2010. It's day 2 of the show. On our program is David Link. He's the founder, president, and CEO of ScienceLogic. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me today.
Well, thanks for being here. I thought we'd start off by you letting us know a little bit about ScienceLogic and what you're up to.
Sure. ScienceLogic provides IT operations management appliance that is cloud ready. We just announced a new appliance model, our all-in-one appliance, which is one server, you plug it in your network, you kick off a discovery, and it figures out everything that's happening on your network and starts really adding to the productivity of your staff that helps deliver that impeccable service quality to users of IT services. So it's a productivity tool. It just helps them do more with, everybody has this time crunch of how much can you get done in a day. And tools like ours help allow you to get more done in the day.
How long has the company been around?
We've been in business for 7 years. So a lot's happened in 7 years. 7 years ago, people weren't really that worried about virtualization, about the cloud, about how many people really had iPhones 7 years ago, right? The mobility of applications and information. So we see the business, it's really one of the best businesses to be in because there is so much constant change in technology. And what happens is the IT staff has to figure out how to manage kind of with this consumerization of technology where consumers want on demand, they want nimble, they kind of want their features now. It places pressures on the IT community not only to give them those features, but to make sure they're running all the time with kind of that web-toned service quality where it just works.
So you've seen a lot of evolution since the founding of the company.
We have.
Now, in terms of customers, if you were to answer this question, what would you say in terms of the biggest problems that you solve for customers or the biggest pain you take away for your customers?
It varies from customer to customer, but one of the biggest challenges is the industry has typically solved this problem with point solutions. And that blows up in the world of the cloud because you can't have a database management solution and a network management solution and a Windows server management solution and a security management solution and then a virtualization management solution and tie them together because they're all point products. From the beginning, we thought that was a really bad model because it was too hard to get to an overall view of how all your infrastructure was behaving. So we kind of turned that model upside down, and we sell one product that does and covers all of those categories. So it's already pre-integrated, it's tied together, you get one interface. It really helps speed up the problem resolution. And oftentimes we displace 4 or 5 point solutions that companies have deployed. So it's really about simplification and speed, getting a solution in place that really covers all the things that you need to worry about day in and day out from an ops perspective in one product rather than 7 products.
Now what about the ROI? How do you determine that, and is that a question you get asked a lot by customers?
We do. Typically what we find is the ROI of our product is in 3 to 5 months, a crazily short ROI because, again, you're kind of breaking down a whole bunch of the predetermined costs that you have. You have maintenance costs, you have server costs, you have subject matter expertise for each one of these point solutions. And if you can kind of blow that away and have one administrator rather than 7 administrators, one data store rather than 7 data stores, you can see kind of the compounding effect of the savings, not just on reducing complexity, but reducing infrastructure and people required to do that work.
It makes a lot of sense. What's next for the company?
Well, we're here at Interop, and one of the things that we've loved about the show has selected ScienceLogic's technology as a sponsor. 25 years ago, the show started all about interoperability of technologies. So part of the sponsor, there's about 20 technology companies that are selected to build the network for the show, and they call it the largest temporary network in the world. So we build this offline in San Francisco, and then we get it on a truck, and it comes here, and we build it back in a day. And our role in that is to actually manage all the different attributes, the wireless for the wireless users, the core network connectivity to all the booths, the virtualization, the cloud solutions that they're offering here at the show. And our product manages all of that. We include also a help desk, so if you have a problem and you need to go get service from the show floor, they put a ticket into our system, it then routes through a whole series of workflow. And what's next is what we actually started doing here for the show this year, where we built a provisioning portal, a cloud provisioning portal where anybody here on the technology side, the different vendors, can basically get their technology on the net and get it monitored without having to understand how to use our tool. It's just a one-page little portal. You say, you know, here's my technology, and it automatically provisions that into kind of a best practice monitoring template for that technology. One of the gentlemen that used it from McAfee, who's one of the other sponsors on the security side, said it was one of the best little tools he's seen in technology in the last 10 years because it really empowered the technologist that has a purpose-built need to go do his work very efficiently.
Right.
So it's really about making things simpler, faster, and better for not just the NOC staff, but all the different other departments that have to interface with the NOC.
That's great. Well, thanks for being on the program today.
Thanks for having me.
Have a good show.